morning is 7:04 on this Thursday, October 2nd. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company. Our guest host today, David Hale.
Well, good morning, MJ, and everyone out in radio land, and now all those folks watching us on our Facebook page over there. So welcome to all those folks. It is the 275th day of the year, and that means that there are only 90 days left. And so you got to start working on your Christmas shopping. And what better place to go and Christmas shop than at Bates Ford? And this morning with me, I've got Paul Tubbs and Ronnie Kelly.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How do you like that? Go get you a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I'm still working on Halloween, so I kind of ain't thought about Christmas yet. But anyway, it's crazy how time flies and the year just flies through. But we got a lot going on and stuff at Bates Ford, and we've had a great year and stuff's going on. We got a lot of great deals on vehicles, and we were talking about we trade for anything that don't eat. We've traded for several campers and things like that. So if you've got something that you want to turn into cash that you're not, using, that's sitting around, whether it's equipment, motorcycles, RVs, lawnmowers. A lot of people putting their lawnmowers on the shelf this year. So if you got one you're not using, you might want to bring it down to Bates Ford, and certainly we'll put a number on it and try to turn it into cash and see if we can put you in a vehicle.
It always amazes me to ride by and the wide variety of things that people trade in, the non-eating things they trade in.
Yeah, Mr. Bates, that's kind of his pride and joy. Back in 2008 when the economy got a little rough, he kind of come up with this concept of we'll trade for anything that don't eat, and it's worked very well for us. Like I said before, I was in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and had a Bates Ford T-shirt on. My kids were riding go-karts, and a guy walked up to me and goes, "That's a dealer that trade for anything that don't eat." And I was like, well, evidently it works pretty well. So there again, if you've got something that you want to turn into cash, bring it to Bates Ford, and we'll certainly try to do it.
Ronnie, we got anything we want to talk about on sale today or
Yes,
on
sir.
our special?
Yes, sir. We on Wednesday, we purchased several new vehicles, pre-owned vehicles, and they will be in today, and they'll bring them from the sale today, and Paul will get them ready for service, and we'll have them on the line. So we got a variety of everything on our lot, and especially our F-150 brand new trucks. We got a lot of new trucks that came in, and they are doing well, and we got rebates, and come down and see one of our friendly sales staff, and they'll take care of you.
Do you think that over the course of the year, what people buy, like, do people buy more pickup trucks at a certain time of year and cars more at other times, or is it pretty much the same year round?
Well, we have a lot of people that buy pickup trucks, F-150. We sell a lot of those, and we sell a lot of SUVs, and they are great sellers for us right now. And a lot of trucks, a lot of times the women start driving pickup trucks, and they're so luxury now and got a lot of room in them. So we do a great job with trucks year round.
Yeah, trucks aren't your grandpa's ride anymore, are they?
No, sir.
They're, like you said, very luxurious and a lot of features on them now. And that, I think you're probably right, came from when ladies started buying more pickup trucks.
Yeah, one thing, too, is that, Ford's running 0 APR on a lot of vehicles right now. So, he was asking about when vehicles sell at certain times. Well, right now, especially when you can get a 0% interest rate, and, that helps, move certain vehicles. And Ford tries to do that at certain times. Like right now, there's year models kind of getting over, and they're coming out with the next year model. So what they'll do is they'll put like some 0% interest on them vehicles. That way we can move that line out and get our new line of vehicles in.
Well, and let's remind folks, too, that you have an active service department and can pretty much take care of any mechanical needs and tires, batteries, all those type of things as well.
Yeah, we've had a great month. Ford did a buy three, get one for $1 tire sale, and we sold a ton of tires, and we had a lot of people, especially a lot of people call me and say, hey, price me a set of tires. And one of my good friends bought his son a set of, and they were kind of off-road tires for a truck that was lifted, and he saved $500 on one tire. So, it was a great deal. And we've got a lot of stuff going on in our service department. Our service department, our new facility is huge. It's 40 bays. It's double what our old facility is. And we do a pickup and delivery service. I've had several friends. My son had a football game at Walter J. Thursday, and I had 3 people ask me, hey, can you get my car picked up? And I said, well, if you'll call Shelly Billy, and she runs our pickup and delivery service, and you just give her a call. It's free of charge. She'll come get your vehicle. We'll service it. They do a little text message system, and we'll bring it back to you, pay over the phone. It's real easy. It doesn't really take time out of your schedule. People's schedule's so busy now. Also, we run our oil change special, $39.95 up to 5 quarts. That's a conventional oil change. We can't do it on full synthetic. And then, of course, always we do our battery special, $199.95. We put them in on most vehicles for free. And then our tire special right now, we've got a lot of tires going on. They dropped the buy 3, get 1 free. It was over at the end of the month, but they do have tires with rebates up to $120.
So you can stop in the service department, get all your service ready for those all those holiday trips. See, I'm plugging this Christmas idea. So.
Yeah, I can tell you're moving past Halloween to Christmas. But
yeah, well, we got lots of good things. Got lots of good things still to come. A lot of time for families to get together. So
yeah, one thing is as far as our service department. One thing that's kind of different about Bates Ford as opposed to most dealers is oil changes, brakes, tires, batteries, things like that. You don't have to have an appointment. We do most of that on first come, first served basis because we've got 12 guys that does that on a regular basis. So you can come in, we'll get you in and out as quick as possible. So just give one of our friendly people a call at 615-444-8221 and just tell them you need, whether if you got a set of tires you want to get or whether you want to get an oil change or anything like that, just give them a call and we'll get right on it.
New cars, previously owned cars, service, tires, all at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, the dealer who will trade for anything that don't eat. And Paul Tubbs, Ronnie Kelly, we always appreciate y'all being here every week and visiting with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll stay here.
I have with me this morning and Miss Jerry Ashley, who is the Ward 2 counselor for the city of Lebanon, and she and I actually have just met and found out some about her. And so, welcome to Coleman and Company.
Thank you very much.
So we're talking, and you moved to Lebanon after living several different places, and chose Lebanon to move to and settle down, and then started becoming part of the community by running for the Ward 2 council seat.
Yes, that's right. I've been in Lebanon. Boy, I'm terrible with dates, but I think I've been here for about 9 years now. I relocated to Tennessee. HCA Healthcare relocated me here from Florida, and I moved here, again about 9 years ago. And I have always lived in historic homes. I like old historic homes, and when I got to Nashville and I saw the pricing of those old historic homes, I knew that I needed to find another place to have a historic home. And I drove to Lebanon one day and looked at a house that was on the market and bought it. And here I am 9 years later. And, again, still getting to know people in the community. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are like me that are transplants. And I've really enjoyed becoming, a bigger part of the community since I've been on city council.
Once you took on the city council, you stepped into a seat with a lot of history, and Councilman Fred Burton, a long-time representative of that district, I think 30 years that he was on the council from there. So you stepped into a seat with a lot of rich history, but you also, as you look at your district on the map, you stepped into probably what's one of the most diverse districts in the city, because you have neighborhoods, you have the low-income housing areas, you have industrial and commercial. So not just a council seat that is dealing with neighborhoods and the problems that go HOAs and all those kind of things, but a wide variety.
Yes. I chuckled once. Phil Moorhead asked me, he is the counselor for Ward 6, and he asked me about did I normally just work through HOAs, and I chuckled and I said, I'm not aware of any HOAs in my ward, and I don't believe that I have any. So yes, filling Fred's shoes were a big task. And in some ways, maybe Fred inspired me a little bit because I aggravated him a lot when he was in his position, and he helped me a lot. And he did a lot of small things for my street. I live on East Spring Street, and he did a lot of things that made our quality of life better. And so, yeah, big shoes to fill. I still hear from Fred on a regular basis, and he keeps me in order, and has continued to be a good mentor to me.
Well, and Fred is a staple in the community, and has always been tremendously involved in community activities. And I know he still serves on the 911 board and some things like that. So even though he's not in that council seat, he's still actively involved in the community.
Yes. But back to your comments about the diversity of my ward, I do think that it is a ward that is very different than any other ward. I think that we've not seen the type of development, nothing like the type of development. I mean, short of repairing our sewers and our roads and things like that, we don't have the development that other wards have. And I think a lot of that is a result of our spending power because of, we do have a lot of affordable housing and things like that. And when large companies and grocery stores are looking about where they're coming, then they're doing, evaluations in terms of the spending power. And I think that we are missing that spending power in our ward. And I think for that reason, we have to find a way to develop ourselves. We've got to find a way to develop neighborhoods and bring some spending power to our ward.
We're going to take a pause right there. I'm talking with Miss Jerry Ashley, our Ward 2 council person for the city of Lebanon, but we're going to pause and find out about all those folks headed out to work.
Thanks, David. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. They have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing going on now to the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Steady flow of traffic continues down through the Mount Juliet area right now as we check it out live on 40 westbound headed on over into Hermitage. It's loading up pretty good here on 24 westbound, passing Bell Road, Haywood Lane, all that traffic flow coming in right now from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County here into this section of Davidson County. At Hickory Hollow Parkway, it's slow at times, 65 south down through Millersville. When you need dependable towing for your car, big truck here in Middle Tennessee, it's STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck, you're on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford. Come visit our location at 1780 Franklin Road. We have over 300 vehicles to choose from, a state-of-the-art service department, free pickup and delivery. You can visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com or give us a call at 615-444-8221. That's Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
A.G. & Johnson is your experienced real estate and auction company. This is Jay White. Thinking about buying or selling your home? A.G. & Johnson is ready to assist you with an experienced team of realtors. A.G. & Johnson also specializes in residential, commercial, and personal property auctions, which reduces time on the market and have an exact selling date. Call the experienced professionals at A.G. & Johnson, 615-444-0909. A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction, located at 728 West Main Street, Lebanon.
Well, good morning and welcome back in to Coleman and Company me. David Hale sitting in for Coleman this morning, and with me is Jerry Ashley, the Ward 2 council person from here in Lebanon, and we are talking about her initiation by fire, becoming her first political seat, and taking on the Ward 2 seat that Fred Burton retired from. So we had started talking before the break a little bit about the diversity of your district and sort of your vision of what you see the future might hold for it.
Right. Well, and again, because the ward is so diversified that we have, an area of industrial, we have areas of underserved, and, we certainly need to focus on the people that live in our ward and their needs. One of the things that is sort of an exciting thing that is happening in Ward 2 is for many, many years, Wilson County has worked on establishing a Boys and Girls Club. And the Boys and Girls Club has never really come to fruition or really never developed. And I think right now there's some real teeth in the Boys and Girls Club. They have an established branch now, and they have a location. They're going to be working with the Market Street Church of Christ, and that church has generously offered a branch of the church for the use of a Boys and Girls Club. Now, obviously, there's a lot of fundraising that needs to take place before there would actually be an active Boys and Girls Club, but I think that that's going to come in short order, and I think it's going to be an opportunity for a lot of the youth in Ward 2 to have tutoring opportunities, activity opportunities, and I think the ultimate plan of the Boys and Girls Club is to develop a large facility at some point down the road and maybe several other branches. So that's an exciting thing that is going on. We have a new restaurant on the east side, on East Main Street, that has gone through planning. It's going to be a steakhouse. It's Hatton's, that is being done by the Newman family. And I'm really excited about the potential for development. I really would like to see East Main Street pulled further into the square and incorporated into the square, and those folks feel more a part of the historic community as well. So that's really exciting that we've got something that we can all enjoy and is developing that side of town. There's also some land available in my ward, and I'm in some preliminary discussions with developers that are interested in bringing homes to my ward. And again, it's still very preliminary stages, but it could really make a big, big difference on my ward. I think it could bring the spending power that we need. The initial discussion is talking about commercial frontage, like a grocery store, a national, some ideas such as a pharmacy and things like that. We don't have any of those national chains in Ward 2. So that is, obviously I'm learning that these things take forever and there's so many moving parts. But that is very exciting to me that we could develop this large piece of property and bring a lot of single family homes to Ward 2.
I think that the Hartsville Pike project is in Ward 2.
It is.
Do you see that being some opportunities maybe for expansion of businesses or along that corridor?
I think so. I know that there is a developer that had been approved a number of years ago and sort of, I don't want to say abandoned the project, but put it on the side. And that developer has reappeared and gone through the planning phase again. And I think the plan is to develop 125 single-family homes on Hartsville Pike. It's zoned that way. It would give them the ability to do that. So it does sound like there's been some reinterest in that. I've gotten calls from people that are interested in rezoning property to different things to, maybe in line with what's going on at Hartsville Pike and things. So yeah, I think that will change the makeup as well.
Well, and from a safety standpoint, Hartsville Pike has always been a narrow road that was plagued by a lot of traffic accidents and some actually very severe accidents that have been in that stretch. And I think this will relieve the pressure, so to speak, of traffic on that road for those homes that have been right there close to the roadway for years. And so not only will it improve the flow of traffic, but it will also make passing through that area a little safer.
Absolutely.
And therefore maybe get those opportunities that you're talking about.
Yes, and I absolutely want opportunities for my ward. And again, I understand that comes with some buying power, and we need to work to make that happen. But we're a part of the community, and we've got a lot of land to offer as well. And I hope that the footprint of our community, and again, there's a lot of moving parts. We've got a lot of people that we need to serve that have different needs and different interests because of that diversity. So I hope that over the years that we can get my ward into a better place. It needs to be.
And people sometimes are confused about the government, the city and county both, their role in recruiting businesses. And I see people post on social media that, well, why didn't Lebanon go and tell so-and-so to open up a restaurant in Lebanon? Well, that's not really the way it works. The city can't force you to open a business.
And I think
except as far as this goes with zoning, right?
Well, yes. And also the business, if it's a national corporation, is going to have its own economic study, and it's got to be supported. And right now, and I think over the years, Ward 2 has not been able to support that national grocery store chain or that national pharmacy. Again, I mean, sometimes I feel frustrated because I don't know that there has been an effort to develop Ward 2. And I'm not saying that to any fault, because there's got to be some buying power for us to be able to do that, for other companies to want to come and establish themselves in Ward 2.
There's a lot more to a national corporate relocating or locating than just saying, "Yep, there's an empty lot we can build on."
Absolutely.
And in your experience, your corporate experience, I think maybe gives you a little different insight into recruiting into your district.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so. I mean, it's what I do for a living and what I do on city council are very different, but I am very involved in negotiation in what I do for a living. And so I'm accustomed to talking to executives and board members and things like that. So I have a comfort level in talking to corporate organizations and things like that.
Do you have a contact number that you give out for the people in your district to be able to contact you? Or
absolutely. And people call me all the time. It's posted on the city website, but my phone number is 615-708-5445. People can call me for code concerns, for traffic concerns, for speeding concerns, anything that involves anything in our ward. People can reach out. I may not know the answer, but I certainly can figure out how to direct them to.
And also, just if you're a resident of Lebanon in general, and
Oh, absolutely.
And you want to talk, I'm sure you're open to that as
Absolutely.
well.
And I get phone calls from people that live all over the city as well.
I've enjoyed talking with you this morning, Miss Jerry Ashley, the Ward 2 council person for the city of Lebanon, and we appreciate you being here with us on Coleman and Company.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we're going to find out about all those folks headed to work.
All right, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get a regular oil change, $39.95, up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. 1780 Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still trying to wrap up a couple of wrecks. It is heavy, right on schedule for this time of the morning, coming in through Antioch right now from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County, going westbound on 24 here at Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway. It's also heavy 65 southbound at Trinity Lane. It continues to run slow. 65 northbound there at 840, trying to get up through Spring Hill. When you need dependable towing for your car, big truck here in Middle Tennessee, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
We'll have partly cloudy and very warm conditions again for today. Highs will be in the mid-80s. Clear tonight, lows in the upper 50s, and then partly cloudy and a little bit cooler for our Friday. Afternoon highs in the lower 80s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
Well, good morning. Welcome back in the second half of Coleman and Company. I'm David Hale, sitting in for Coleman today. He gave me the helm and trusted me with it, and I appreciate that. And on our second half, the sponsor to the day is A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction. Hayden White here to let's talk about some land for sale.
Well, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Looks like this weekend we're going to be out in Mount Juliet. We're going to be out there on Beckwith Road and Corey Road. We've got 7 nice tracts of land that we're going to be trading out there Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. The tracts range from 5 acres to 27 acres. You know, very, very seldom does an opportunity to come available where you can buy some property in Mount Juliet of this size at absolute auction. We're not out there to test the market. As Jim Agee likes to say, we're here to sell. So we're looking really forward to having everybody out there on Saturday. If you haven't had any financial things done yet, Wilson Bank and Trust will do a great job for you. David Pena will do a great job for you. So will Southern Bank. Or if you have another entity that you like to borrow from, make sure you get your finances lined up prior to the sale. But come on down there and be with us. We're excited about this one. It's going to be a good one.
It's not often that you have a piece of property in Mount Juliet of this size anymore. That's almost unheard of in this day and time, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot less farms out there than there used to be. But, I mean, everybody who wants that opportunity to build, this is going to be a great opportunity for them. Or if you want that nice little pasture land or just that investment property, I mean, it's going to be a great time for you.
My wife gets tired of riding in Mount Juliet with me and me saying, you know, I used to dove hunt on that field right there where that all is. Not many of those spaces left anymore.
That's right. I hadn't done any bird hunting here in a while, but I think I might have the opportunity to go this winter sometime. Let's see here. Next week on the 11th, October the 11th, we've got an opportunity. We're selling 300 firearms. If you're in if you like some firearms, we've got all sorts of different types of stuff coming out there. We've got Berettas, Brownings, Colts, Smith & Wessons, Glocks, Harrington and Richardson, 6 Hour, Marlin, Mosser, Remington, Winchester, Savage, Stevens by Savage, Springfield Armory, Ruger, and Mossberg. Did I miss anything, Tim Leeper? All right, thank you. I didn't miss anything. So we got a lot of great guns that we're going to be trading out there on the 11th. Checking them out online. The collection's already listed out there. If you want to stop by the office and get you a flyer where you can hold it and look at it, that'd be fine too.
And when is that particular?
That one's going to be on the 11th.
On the 11th.
Yeah, we're going at 300. We got 300 guns. We got ammo as well. So it's going to be a fire-cracking day that day.
So it's an estate sale?
We got a pawn shop that's selling out. We have another estate that we're putting in this with this one to get them all traded out.
Any place else you want to pitch to folks to look at this morning?
We've got all sorts of dates lined up for the auctions going down in this fall. If you're interested in having an auction, we can't put it together overnight. It takes some time to put those types of things together. If you're thinking you might have the opportunity to you want to do an auction, please give us a call. We're happy to help you out, come out there and visit with you. Even on the real estate side, we've got all sorts of different agents at our office that can help you in your specific need. If we can help you in either way, just give us a call.
We're A.G. and Johnson Realty and Auction, 728 West Main, and 444-0909.
You almost forgot that number.
That's right, but it's been y'all's number a long time. Folks can give y'all a call for their realty and auction needs.
That's right.
We appreciate you, Hayden.
No problem. Thank you, Dave.
Appreciate your supporting Coleman and Company. Tim Leeper, you're sitting over here behind me. That makes me nervous. Come around over here, find you a spot at the table, and we will talk about Tim Leeper Roofing. And he brought reinforcements with him this morning to brighten the table. So, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I figured that they were tired of looking at me, and we would bring a couple of folks in here that were a little smarter than me that could tell about our shoot that we had this weekend.
Oh, there you go. So, introduce all of your entourage.
Okay, so to my right, I have Miss Sue Ann Bone Leeper, who is the executive director of our Sisters Keeper. And across from me, I have Miss Melanie Bean, who is on the board of our Sisters Keeper, and she's also one of our prominent lawyers in town.
Absolutely. And so, welcome, ladies. We appreciate y'all getting up early to be on Coleman and Company.
Good morning.
And so, we're going to talk a little bit about your fundraiser, your trap shoot this past weekend, right?
Yes, right. And Sue Ann is the one that's kind of she's birthed this baby, and from start to finish, she's been involved in every aspect of it, and so I just thought that we would bring her on. And Melanie as well to kind of tell a little about the shoot and also our Sisters Keeper in general and what the money will be going towards.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. So this was the third year for our Boots and Shoot. We added a third flight actually last year. So we had 34 teams participate this year, and we'll go ahead and let you know that we're hoping to have 4 flights next year. So I believe the participants had a good time. We had a good turnout. We had great support from the community, and so I wanted to just quickly say a word of thank you to our sponsors, if I may. Our title sponsor was Horizon Development. Our catering sponsor was Lanham and Williams, the Family Law Division, and our own Melanie Bean sponsored that. Our ammo sponsor was Lowry, and Cherry. The cocktail hour sponsor was Seven Cedars Butcher Shop. The cigar tent was sponsored by Hush Piggies and Sean Smith. Equipment sponsor Absolute Kubota. Prizes Tim Leeper Roofing, and venue sponsor ABC Supply. And the reason I want to thank them is we could not do this event without those sponsorships getting us off the ground.
Lebanon, Wilson County has historically been good good supporters of nonprofit organizations and causes, and when you hear a list that extensive, it makes you glad to live here.
Yes, thank you. And also, I'll just touch on just a few more sponsors we had. So at the event, folks were allowed to or encouraged to bring their side-by-sides or ATVs. And so we also had sponsors from Mama's Metal Roofing, Judge Brody and Angel Kane, and the Deathridge Law Firm sponsored the carts during the day.
Let's talk a little bit, Melanie, about our Sisters Keeper and what the organization does.
Well, thank you for that opportunity. So our Sisters Keeper was formed in 2020 by Brittany Deathridge and Sue Ann Bone Leaper. At the time in 2020, Brittany Deathridge was working as an assistant public defender in the Smith County justice system. And during her time there, she identified there was a need. She noticed that there were multiple repeat clients that she had whose circumstances had brought them into the justice system, but the root of the causes really weren't being addressed. And so Sue Ann and Brittany, seeing a need and their nature to want to help people and serve others, which both of them do, formed this nonprofit organization to start providing support both for women who are in incarceration. The support begins while they're in incarceration and continues as they transition to the community. While they're incarcerated, they have the opportunity to take classes, receive life skills training, and to meet with individuals who can assist them as they transition into the community. As they have completed their sentence, they then, as they transition into the community, our Sisters Keeper helps them find housing, make applications for halfway housing, paying first month's rent, providing them with needs that they might have, and getting them on the road to transitioning into the community. Some of these individuals, when they come out of incarceration, they don't have their driver's license. They need educational assistance or other types of job training or just learning how to interview for a position to obtain jobs. So that's what our Sisters Keeper does, and it's a wonderful nonprofit, and they primarily conduct that out of the Smith County correctional facilities, and so we're very grateful to Smith County for the opportunities that they give us there, and we hope to expand in the future.
I know from my experience working in the judicial system and all that as you said, so many of those folks show back up, and you know, a lot of times I would just say to them, why are you back here? You know, you got out, you pledged I'm going to do great, and now you're back. And a lot of that is rooted in their inability, for lack of a better word, to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, so to speak. And I think what I've seen of y'all's program, that's very much a part of it, to help those people say, okay, yes, you've got to have some place to live. It's not just going to fall out of the sky. You've got to put a piece of the puzzle together and find a job to pay for that place too. And those types of things.
A lot of it is generational. I'm seeing that over and over. We started a new life skills training yesterday, and one of the ladies in the program is the daughter of one of the first ladies I took into the program. And so she told her story in class yesterday of basically not having a role model as a mother. My mother was incarcerated most of my childhood. And so you sometimes can't expect them to know differently. And so that's one of the things we do. We try to put them with a mentor. We try to put them with ladies who have already, in our words, graduated from the program so they can learn from them and break the cycle. Because that's what we were telling her yesterday. She has young children, and if you don't break this cycle, your children will be in here as well.
Right, and I think, as I was saying, that's part of putting those pieces of the puzzle together, isn't it? To help break that cycle and put the right pieces of the puzzle in, right?
And we've seen a lot of progress and success in the programs. Two of the women who volunteered at the shoot this last weekend had been through the program, and both of them had 4 years of sobriety. They had transitioned into the community. They have their own residences and employments, and it was just a joy to see those individuals want to come and give back to the same organization that helped them kind of revamp where they are. When we invest in people and actually care about the people who are in our community, we can make our community a better place. And if we want to address root causes and poverty and lack of education and things that often bring individuals into unfortunate circumstances, we can help them up. And I think that's what most people feel like they're called to do. And I know that that's what Sue Ann and Brittany feel like they're called to do. This is a wonderful nonprofit organization that really gives women in correctional facilities an opportunity to have a real start when they are released from incarceration, helping them with drug and alcohol treatment and the educational services it's just remarkable, and it's something that should be in other correctional facilities.
Do you feel like that participating in y'all's program also helps them with all of the things they need to do for their probation requirements? To participate, and I know that's not necessarily the focus of it, but by being involved in the program, are folks more successful in their keeping up with their probation, you think?
I believe so. I mean, one of the barriers they run into is just transportation, sometimes just checking in. And this week, actually, I took a lady to her appointment on Tuesday. I have another lady going tomorrow, and so that's something we provide is transportation for these ladies. And a lot of times that's just something they don't have unless someone can get them to and from.
And speaking of transportation, let's find out about the folks transporting their way to work in Nashville.
Thanks, David. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota. They have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. They're wrapping up a wreck a few minutes ago. It's over here on 440 westbound, just before Nolensville Pike. Traffic's already busy coming off 24 there onto 440 going westbound as it is this time of the morning. It's cranking it pretty good up through the Antioch area with more volume on 24 coming westbound. As you pass Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway, it's a little bit heavy now, trying to get down past, let's say, Rivergate Parkway right now on 65 going southbound. Stein Dental Care in Nashville, over 350 five-star wonderful Google reviews. Call Stein Dental Care in Nashville today. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals on everything you need for your special event. Birthdays, weddings, corporate events, they have you covered. Tables, chairs, tents, linens, dance floor, and so much more. Visit their new showroom in Lebanon at 713 East Main Street in the old Ferguson's building. Find them every day at fiestas.com or on Facebook. Everyday Fiestas offers party rentals that can transform your vision into a beautiful reality. Mention this ad to receive 10% off.
Your Lebanon High football team is back on the field, and we're back in the booth. Join Donald Gann, Joe Gardner, and myself, John Boyce, as the Blue Devils hit the gridiron each week. Lebanon football is brought to you by Bates Ford, Burdine Supply, Fakes and Hooker, Kay Maynard with State Farm Insurance, Kenny Salas and the Salas Realty Group, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Shannon Speck Electric, Sports World, Rackley Roofing Company, Wilson Bank and Trust, and Lebanon Mayor Rick Bell. This Friday, your Blue Devils will be hosting Wilson Central. Pre-game at 6:30, kickoff at 7.
Well, good morning, and we're wrapping up this morning's installation of Coleman and Company, and we have with us folks from Tim Leeper Roofing, and I'll give Tim a little plug there. But I also have Sue Ann Leeper and Melanie Bean here with me. We're talking about the program. We started out talking about the trap shoot that you did as one of your primary fundraiser, I suppose is your primary fundraiser. And we're talking about the program in general. And I know, as we were saying, that there are pieces of the puzzle that have to be put together to help folks coming out of incarceration. And one of those, I know that y'all are very involved with a life skills program for those people in your program.
So when Brittany started, when she and I started the nonprofit together, she was the assistant public defender assigned to Smith County. So many of these women were her clients, and she was able to, in some ways, I guess, vet the women who were coming through, who was truly sincere and wanted help, and those who were just trying to get out. And after she transitioned to private practice, we needed a different mechanism or way to basically vet these women. So we reached out to the Smith County Jail, and I do want to say thank you to them. They have been wonderful to work with the last 5 years, and they have allowed us to bring in a life skills training. It's a 12-week program, so we teach it 3 times throughout the year, and 14 women are allowed to participate in our program each week. And we just started yesterday, and with our first class, yesterday we had 13 women, and we spoke to them about recidivism and why do they reoffend. And when we asked the women how many were in there for their first time, none of them raised their hand. And so their reasons were drugs, drug abuse, trauma, grief, poverty, homelessness. Those were their issues. So each week we have a different topic. Next week we'll actually speak on budget and finance. Most of these women don't even have checking accounts. So teaching them how to budget their money, using various apps to pay for things. The following week we do an ACES training that tells Melanie, could you speak to ACES a little bit better than I can? It's when someone, it's a point system that checks how many traumas the women have incurred throughout their life. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with that acronym.
Okay, that's okay. So we bring someone in for that training. CASA is very familiar with that program. I'm sorry, I should not have said that without knowing more. Another week we speak on healthy relationships. Another week we speak on grief and loneliness. Another week, I'm trying to think of our other topics. Oh, we bring in a lady from the job center. She's actually had felonies in her background, so she talks about felon-friendly jobs and places that hire felons. So those are about 6 of our 12 topics that we touch on.
And so, again, you're giving them additions into the additional tools, life skill tools to as you said, break the cycle. Sure. And to put them on the right road.
Right. Because a lot of ladies, if you don't give them the skills, they just go back to the lifestyle that they knew. And most of that is drugs. And a lot of these women they find unhealthy relationships and they go back to those.
I know in seeing that in the past that they would be in abusive relationships and things, and get out, and a week later I see them out in town. They're with that same person that abused them, sure. and got them on the wrong path to begin with, and that's a cycle that they have to break.
Breaking the cycle of trauma, which is, like Sue Ann talked about, at least one of the classes that are involved in life skills. There's a number, that's something that is a part of recovery. Most people, when they think of the word recovery, they think of alcohol and drugs. But there are so many things that individuals need recovery from, whether that's, past trauma that they have inflicted on someone else or that has been inflicted on them, or these programs start that recovery process. And those are the recovery programs that are available in the community as well that they can continue to use to build upon, whether that's with other nonprofits or through therapy and different types of regeneration or recovery programs that are often found at churches or other houses of worship. So trauma is one of the biggest things that probably contributes to recidivism along with poverty. But what the statistics show is that if you invest and if you provide programs and you provide these programs inside the correctional facilities and provide transitional programs as they transition to the community, you can break the cycle and you can reduce the recidivism. And that's where we really need to focus as a society and a community, because it's going to take more than just nonprofits like our Sisters Keeper. It does take the funding from the one fundraiser that we have each year, the Boots and Shoots, but it begins in a lot of different areas. And again, just having some basic humanity of wanting to invest in other people and see their success.
Are there other opportunities for individuals or businesses that want to help support your program? Are there other ways that they can assist you with funding or resources?
Sure. So when we started the nonprofit, we did accept women's clothing. We are not doing that right now because we just don't have a place to house it. We were housing it in the old Smith County Courthouse, and they were very gracious to let us use it for free for the last 4 years, but they received a grant for renovation, and so we had to release the space. So we don't do the clothing, but we still provide toiletries, and we do accept those. We keep those in our garage at home, but we're able to provide the toiletries, and then with the monies raised, one of the items or one of the things we purchase from the Boots and Shoot fundraiser are gift cards to Walmart. So each lady, when she gets out, she gets a $200 gift certificate to Walmart in addition to the toiletries.
Well, and that being an opportunity to get a wardrobe together and appropriate attire to go and job interview and that kind of thing.
Right. And it's new clothing with tags on it. I think that makes them, it gives them a sense of pride that they're coming out with brand new clothing and new toiletries to start fresh.
So, again, can you give examples of ways folks can help the program?
Well, we would love to have mentors, female mentors. I can always use drivers. A lot of times just to get these ladies to their appointments, even to work some days or doctor's appointments. So right now, mentorships, even helping with writing applications or putting together resumes, drafting a budget. If you have expertise in that area, I would love to partner with anyone to help these women.
Is there an opportunity if a business wanted to say, hey, I've got X position and I want to try to see if I can get someone from your program? Is there a way to match up your clients and businesses?
Yes. Southeast Impressions currently is employing 2 of our women right now. And I actually reached out to Ben Spurlock yesterday about a different lady. And he said, send her my way. I'll have an application at the front desk.
So, again, a way a local business could help support the program by helping support those folks that need employment.
Absolutely.
Businesses being willing to open their doors to individuals who are, these women want jobs. They want to receive help. They've been through programs. And so we would love to partner with multiple businesses throughout Wilson and Smith and Trousdale and different counties in Middle Tennessee to try to help these women find job placement, because once they have that autonomy, it just, again, it not only builds the person, but also builds our community. And so we would love to start greater business expansion working with other businesses.
Well, and businesses, there has historically been a mindset that, well, I don't know if I want to hire somebody with a felony record, things like that. But there are folks coming out of incarceration who, yes, have that record, but they want to try to do what's right and get back to work, and if it sometimes it's difficult for them to shake that tag off and move back into society.
It's really difficult, and that's another reason why, having vocational programs and educational training inside the correctional facilities before they are transitioned to the community is so important, because if you can build that autonomy while they're incarcerated and give them that hope that they're looking forward to, we've got to bring those trainings, vocational and educational. I mean, sometimes you got to think about educational training. It's GED prep. It's basic literacy. It's increasing your reading skills. If we can bring those programs into the correctional facility, then all we're doing is enhancing a human being to give them an opportunity to succeed once they're in the community, because that's what we all want. So
is this program available? I know you've been talking about Smith County a lot. Is it available here in Wilson? Or?
Well, that's a goal of ours to eventually be in Wilson. We do bring the women. I bring the women to Wilson County to live in halfway houses and residential homes, because it's easier for us with transportation and staying in contact with them.
Let's quickly give folks a telephone number to contact you if they have more questions or want to make a donation.
Thank you. 615-812-6810.
Tim Leeper, I appreciate you bringing the ladies in this morning. A lot of great information and a lot of good things that you always do for the community. I'm David Hale. I've been sitting in for Coleman Walker this morning, and I hope all of you have a safe rest of the day.